Well, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name is Louie, and I hope you're having yourself a fantastic day. Today, I want to have the conversation about commander decks and the lack thereof over the last couple sets and into the future sets for Magic the Gathering. Magic and Wizards are really, things are shifting in a weird direction. For the last maybe, 8 years, 7 years, Magic has been so focused on the commander format for Magic the Gathering, the multiplayer, the not 1v1, the not 60 card format. And recently we have seen a shift in the product lines that I don't really understand. I want to talk about this a little bit because I think it's a little bit deeper than just the lack of products. It seems like Wizards is trying to force the consumer to start thinking about playing 60 card formats again. Let's talk about that first. I think it's a mistake. I think they've lost it. I think they have lost that opportunity. I think Magic as a whole has shifted to Commander. The Commander format is simply, it's simply the best way to play card games. And you may disagree with me, but from a widespread growth way, from the ability to spread a game wide and far, Commander is the secret sauce. I think if every single TCG could create something a la Commander, they would do it. The problem is that they can't do it. The Commander format is not about the pre-constructed decks. It's not about the thing. The Commander format, what it brings to the table is really this open door of 30 years of Magic the Gathering cards that are in people's collections. They're in your friend's collection. They're in the guy down the street who's selling his cards on Facebook Marketplace. They're in everybody's collection already. And the thing that brings it together is anybody can throw a deck together and sit around the table at the kitchen table with their friends and play Commander. That is something that no other game can ever dream of happening. The format was created by, fans and blah, blah, blah. The format is the perfect thing for Magic the Gathering to grow wide. And in the last 5 to 10 years, we have really seen that happen. And Magic even came out and said, Wizards of the Coast came out and said, our goal is to make this game not a niche thing anymore, not a tiny little community thing. They came out and said, this was like when Post Malone started getting involved and all that kind of stuff. They wanted to make the game wider and bigger and reach a bigger audience. And they did that. And the repercussions of them doing that, in my opinion, is that the format that people wanted to play became Commander. And then they started seeing Standard fall by the wayside. And here's where they made a mistake. And I agree that this was a mistake. They stopped supporting the 1v1 formats. They reduced the Pro Tour stuff way back in the past. They stopped really pushing and supporting those formats as well. And I do agree that they got a little too printy with the Commander focus. We went from like one big Commander set a year, which I thought was a fantastic thing. I think they should bring back the Commander set every year. I think that was a fantastic thing. The Magic the Gathering Commander set felt fun. It felt real. And what they started to do, they started sprinkling in Commander sets into, a Dominaria United, like a 2 deck set. And they kind of overdid it, okay? They lost track of the command. They got really into printing Commander decks. You saw Commander Masters, kind of all ended. Really, this era kind of all ended with Commander Masters. Fantastic product. I don't understand why they don't reprint those, by the way. Why are we never going to get Commander Masters again? You still get... Anyway, whole nother conversation. The end of the day, they overdid it, and now they are overcorrecting. We haven't had a Commander product. We didn't get one with Spider-Man. We got one with Edge of Eternities. We're not getting it with Avatar. With Lorwyn, we're only getting 2 decks. So there's almost 4.5 or 5 months between the last couple of Commander decks. And then with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we're only getting 1 Commander deck. And here's where I get really frustrated. I think that they are really missing the mark. I think that Commander is the perfect format for the Universes Beyond stuff. It baffles me that they are choosing to put Universes Beyond and put Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles into standard Magic the Gathering rather than there's 4 turtles. How are they not printing 4 Commander decks, 1 each for the 4 turtles? It just makes no sense. It is in my opinion, overcorrection to try to get Commander players to play Standard. The reality is, Commander players are never going to transition and go to play Standard. It's just not going to happen. It's not in their DNA. It's not what they like. They don't like competitive, grindy, one-on-one formats. Maybe they'll occasionally, do a draft or do some sort of limited experience, because of pre-release and they have the history of that. But Magic the Gathering players who have grown up playing Commander, I know this because this is me. They've played Commander and they've never really engaged with the Standard format. They've never really engaged with Modern. They don't want to play 1v1 Magic. They don't want that sweaty type of interaction. They just want to have fun with their friends and play Commander. And so I think it's a big miss. I do think this is classic Wizards of the Coast. It makes it hard to make content about that because Wizards swing so rapidly from thing to thing and thing and thing. And it's like they went from printing way too many Commander decks. I don't think we need a full-fledged 4 Commander deck set for every set. I don't even think you necessarily need a Commander deck for each set. I kind of like it. I'm not going to lie to you. I kind of like having at least a 2-party Commander deck thing for each set. But the idea of missing for 3 sets, really having no real, no full-on 4-deck Commander set, I think is a big miss. And it makes people wonder, hey, what is this set really for me? And maybe that's what Wizards wants, is they just want you to think, hey, this set's not necessarily for me. But they swing so violently from thing to thing. And I think I wish that there was still this year coming out what would be a Commander-centered product, a Commander focus. I know Avatar has a Commander bundle. I don't think that that's it. I don't think that that's the type of thing that people want. People want to sit in a pod and play a pre-constructed deck set. They can't do that when there's 1 Commander set for something, 1 Commander deck for something. For Lorwyn having 2 Commander decks, I have no problem with that. I think that's great. But across the board, it just seems that they are overcorrecting to try to get the Commander player to say, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to build a Standard deck. But in reality, the Commander player is not going to do that. This Universes Beyond thing being part of Standard is a big miss. I think they should go back to Universes Beyond. I think Warhammer, dude, I think this was the perfect product for Universes Beyond. You have Warhammer, you have Fallout, you have Doctor Who. I don't like Doctor Who. I had no problem with Doctor Who Commander decks because it makes sense. It's a decent thing. I wasn't going to go buy them and play them, but it wasn't the set. And so I think they've just overcorrected. And I think you will start seeing in 2027, my prediction here, 2027, they're going to recorrect this back because I think the backlash has been pretty heavy on Universes Beyond just kind of now being the full thing. I think they're going to start going back. I even think we may start getting another Commander year, it'll be Commander 2027, and maybe it will be Universes Beyond themed, but it will be labeled as a Commander yearly product. I think they'll go back to that. So give me your thoughts on Commander and the lack thereof. Are you excited about that? Are you no, they shouldn't print any precons? I'll talk about that real quick. I think precons for stores is a fantastic thing. There's nothing better, in my opinion, than when somebody walks in the store and says, hey, I'm looking to play Commander. What can I pick up? And I can show them 20 to 25 different pre-constructed decks. They can figure out what one they want, and they can pick it up, play, and bring it to a table and be able to say, hey, I'm playing with a precon, and everybody kind of understands around where the power level is going to be. I think the pre-constructed deck thing is fantastic, but I do respect the idea that people miss the days of brewing and that kind of stuff. But that can still happen. It still does. So give me your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you have yourself a fantastic day. Remember to be kind to the people around you. We'll see you again next video.